Welcome back anime fans, to the another episode of Moonlight Fantasy, but in the previous episode, we saw that Sophia came crashing in for a rematch with Makoto after leveling up but still couldn't do anything against him, because Makoto had made a mana body for defense, so she started making fun of him that even Tomoki's attacks are more powerful than his attacks, and seeing how he risked his life, she spared him, but Makoto noticed she was under Tomoki's charm spell, and that is why she spared him, so Makoto offered her that he could dispel the effects. But Sophia got even more angry that she failed to cure the full effects of charm and got mad and attacks in anger, but again, she's not powerful enough to beat Makoto. Makoto easily crushed her, so she was hoping Lancer would come for her help, but that's not going to happen because he's up against Shiki. At one point in fighting it seemed like Shiki was on the losing side, so Lancer reverted back to his human form. And then he attacked with his sword dome restlessly, but Shiki dodged his attacks, and seeing this, Hibiki said he should let them help him, but Shiki still thinks he's enough. And, if they focus on only defending them, he promises he will heal out their mage friend. He merely has a hole in his stomach, so it's not a big deal for a lich, so Hibiki chose to trust him, and their blondie wasn't satisfied with her decision, so another one reminds him of a person they once met, and Shiki reminds them of that person who keeps their word, but still just in case for emergency time, Shiki took off his mist. And now, it's time for the actual fight to start. Lancer called out his sword, and then Shiki gives out his full bio data of Lancer. That he's a sword dragon with 2 lives, so what Ludo said about him was true, and Laner got shocked that Shiki knows the ancient dragon, but Shiki keeps going that his sword are the proof that he won against warriors, and Lancer now wants to kill Shiki because he knows too much, so he attacks Shiki, but Shiki's corruption magic works wonders against Lancer's true sword attack. Because Ludo has given quite a bit of info on Lancer and how to counter him, so he chants a spell and changed his staff into a blade that he named Askron. It's dipped in poison and curses. Lancer was still underestimating that blade, so Shiki boosted himself, and their Lancer killed everyone in the area and turned them into a sword of his collection, but against Askron, those blades are rubbish. So Shiki pulls his attack crossing all of his blades and chopped his fingers as well. He did this to remind him how he once sliced off Makoto fingers, so this is for him, but there Shiki noticed the broken blades in the air were of the heroes, so Lancer combined it to attack, but Shiki dispelled it easily because he's still a mage, so the fight goes on and Lancer was on the run this time. But Shiki chants spell while attacking and none of Lancer's artwork was working. Shiki knew it's all because Makoto, Tomo, and Mio's training that he got this strong. And their Lancer was angry because he's been getting kicked out by Makoto's followers, and soon Lancer won't even be able to move because of the curse, so Lancer attacks one more time and loses a leg this time, so he targets Hero's party and Seely saved Saints from turning into a sword by sacrificing himself. Poor guy turned into a blade, and after that, when both clashed again, Lancer stabbed Shiki with his baldies and got so happy that he's winning but never celebrate too early, and the words came true as Shiki used a clone and sliced Lancer in half from behind. Still it was a close win and others got surprised seeing Lich in human form so they thought he was a human but Shiki cleared up he's a former human. Then, as per the promise he healed up that mage boy of theirs, so to show him his gratitude, Blondie promised to Shiki if he gets the chance he will repay this favor. Still, Shiki won't count on him and was thinking about how he had to use all of his ring for the fight. But then Hibiki asked him about the sorcerer, so Shiki tells her to focus on other matters rather than meddling herself with them, so the matter here was resolved. And on the other side, Sophia sensed that Lancer died, but that's just advantageous for her because they have promised to each other that if one of them died, they would give out their life and powers to the surviving one. So, Sophia uses her trump card and pulls in Makoto into a different space. It's also known as the Prison of Swordses where Lancer keeps all of his swords, but bro was still cool as a cucumber. He scanned the whole area out and saw that Swords here shares everything with its owner, their life, their powers, and the experience as well, so only a bow is enough to get all of them. Makoto fires a single arrow to bust out all the swords. So Sophia attacks him and this time she hits way harder than before, so to deal with this quickly, bro used only an arrow to kick her out, and for her swords, He kept destroying it all and Sophia lost her confidence that she could win, and since it will be their last meeting Makoto tells her his real name, but before the goodbye Sophia felt something and ran off somewhere, and from there she pulled out a katana that Lancer was hiding. She attacked Makoto with it and that sliced off his arrow. That sword was filling her with power, and she could now even slice of his mana body. She was attacking in speed and now that it comes down to speed, it makes things interesting, so Makoto pulls out a speed attack with making a mana stairs. And with the second shot, he got her, and with the third, he pinned her down to break off the sub-space, but still it's unclear if she died or not. Anyways, now Fort Stella is in the reach, so Makoto used Kai to see the fort and blasted it out with his arrow from that great distance to conquer the Fort Stella, and with that, the mission is complete now, and Shiki also finished up on his end. But Limia is nearly destroyed and it will struggle in the future, but they have Hibiki on their side and Makoto thought she should be enough for them. And now, our episode comes to an end. But if you haven't seen any previous episodes of the series, I have created a playlist where you could watch all the episodes, playlist link in the description. Please watch it to understand the storyline. Until then, take care.